What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 108 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is Blaze, and today is a special Thanksgiving episode of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I don't really have anything special planned for it, but it is a special Thanksgiving episode. Thanks for tuning in. I will do a tournament today with Expanded to see where that gets us, and I think I have a couple of other packs to open. I'll probably get some coins that I'll be able to use to buy at least one more pack of something, because I think I have singles of a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Let's see what I've got here. I've got a couple of Ancient Origins and a couple of Breakpoint and Fates Collide. I'll do 2 packs of Evolutions today, provided that I get the extra coins to purchase one more pack. And if not, then I'll go ahead and open up a different series. But let's go ahead and go into the tournament here, Expanded with my Talonflame deck, and hopefully it gets us into a decent match. I just don't want to go out on the first round is all. That's the only thing I don't want to do is go out on the first round. So I do hope your Thanksgiving day is going very, very well. Mine went pretty well. And, of course, tomorrow is Black Friday, and there's some really great deals going on tomorrow as far as Pokemon is concerned. The new 3DS XL is actually on sale for $100 at various locations. So if you're going to be out and about tomorrow, especially in the morning, just be careful. But if you're going to go out later on, you shouldn't have too difficult of a time finding that product. I believe it's actually on sale on Amazon and probably online too. But then, of course, Cyber Monday is going to have a lot of great sales. So I personally will probably not go out. I looked at all the ads, and I did not see anything that I needed. The only other thing that I can say is on sale that is beneficial to any Pokemon fan or the trading card game fan, I have heard that Target will have the Pokemon tins on sale for $10. So that might be worth it to you if you're wanting to get one of those tins. I'm probably going to try to get a new 3DS XL, and I'm probably going to try to get it modded because I think that's a much cheaper option than than how it's been in the past. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done. I'd very much like to, but because I want to be able to play the game online, to show off the game a little bit and actually have some fun with that. And I also play Animal Crossing quite a bit. I just finished up the Thanksgiving Day stuff today, which is pretty fun. I don't think I've ever done it before, but I was able to do it. It was very challenging. It was extremely challenging because they made me go through and find all these rare fish and stuff like that, and I was like, man, that's dumb. But it worked out okay. So far, this is not going very well. I don't know what I can really do here. I need a rare candy is what I need. That worked. That's probably going to help out a little bit, but not much. This match is probably not going to be my best match. Triple poison. Woo! That's 30 damage. He dead. Okay. So I have to get a rare candy here. Otherwise, it's going to be this is going to be a mess. I guess I'll go ahead and try to get Houndoom out. It's not going to be perfect, but it might work. I just don't want to go out in the first round. That's it. What's he going to do? Triple poison again? That's going to kill me. I think I'd rather just make him switch again. Even though he's going to have an easier time knocking me out if I switch him. This is going to be a rough match. Let's just call mulligan on this one. Oof. I thought for sure he'd attach another energy card, but he didn't do that, so that's cool, I guess. I'll try to make him switch again, but it's going to be Tails. Yep. So I'm really only stalling to get Houndoom, Mega Houndoom EX. That would come in quite handy here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to be able to run the gauntlet on me here. Of course, Hyperspace Punch. Going to deal just enough damage to knock out Finnegan, and here we go with what was I going to say? Houndoom, and I use that Pokemon Center Lady to heal up whatever damage I had, just so that he's not able to knock me out next turn. I don't even have any benched Pokemon right now. This is awful. Mega Houndoom EX would be a great card to draw next. Well, it's probably going to be over. $150 damage. Ugh, so bad. Alright, well, they can't all be winners, I guess. You know, I guess that's fine, but whatevs. We'll open up a couple packs of cards today and hopefully get into some cool stuff tomorrow. I'm actually kind of hoping to go to Target and pick up a couple of tins so I can use them on the show sometime next week. That would be fun. What do we get? Coins. There we go. Cool. We'll take some coins. I'm going to go right into another versus match here, and then I'll open up the cards at the end of the episode because I might get enough coins during that next match to buy that pack of evolutions. So let's just see what happens. Back into versus, expanded, Talonflame, and let's get it on. So this deck is it's frustrating when stuff like that happens and I can't get the cards that I need. And I know that that's like there are ways around that, and I don't have very much in the ways of, you know, Professor Sycamore or Professor Juniper or whatever. I don't have much in the ways of those cards. Or Shauna for that matter, or I don't have any Ns in this deck. But cards like that would be more helpful. I just don't have very many of them. It's very nice to be able to build up a Delphox onto and power it up enough so it actually does take out a EX Pokemon. But if I don't get the cards I need, it's very hard. And I think that this deck could definitely benefit from a few different cards that would allow me to just get what I need. Probably less energy, too. I think there's like 17 or 18 energy. Probably doesn't need to be that much. So this will be good. Having Talonflame starting off first is always a good sign. I should be able to get Finnegan powered up pretty quickly into Delphox and Delphox Break. Okay. So I've been playing Pokemon Moon. I played it a little bit over the last couple of days, and I just finished up the second trial. And I'm a little disappointed in the second trial. I felt like I don't want to spoil anything, so if you don't want to hear anything about Pokemon Moon or Sun or anything like that, you can mute the video here. As soon as I evolve into Delphox, I'll be done talking about it. But yeah, I just go ahead and mute now. Alright, so I'm not too thrilled about the second trial because I feel like that second trial really did a lot to just kind of walk you through the game and didn't really do much in the ways of letting you figure stuff out for yourself. Like I feel like all it did, like the lady literally told me to go investigate that shiny spot, and I did, and then it was like, hey, come back, or hey, go to the second shiny spot, and I did, and it was like, hey, investigate that third shiny spot, and I did, and that was the trial. And I'm like, that doesn't really seem like a trial to me. That's not even really a challenge. It's just things that you wanted me to do. So I don't know. So far, I'm not impressed with the way that the trials are being handled, and the game is just too easy. Honestly, it's not difficult at all. I'm not overly disappointed. I'm going to go ahead and evolve here so I can talk about some non-spoiler things. Alright, so if you didn't want to be spoiled, I'll talk about some non-spoiler things, spoiler type things here. But basically, I'm not too psyched about the game. I mean, it's fun, and I feel like it's going to be great end-game content. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the challenge isn't really there. That it's not really as challenging as it could be or should be, and then it's just meh. But I do want to play at the end game. I want to play something, that's going to make it a lot more fun. So there's a reason I'm doing this. What was I getting? Oh, he just quit on me. Oh well. I'm going to play one more match. I will open up a couple of packs of cards, provided I get the coins. There we go. That's cool. I'm going to go ahead and buy one more Evolutions pack, and then we'll open up that pack and the pack that I already have. But yeah, so the game, I don't know. I just feel like it's not really that... It's fun, and I enjoy playing it, but it's not really that challenging. I know some people have said that it is, and I just don't agree. And I guess there's nothing really wrong with it, necessarily. But it's not, I don't know, it's just not something that I enjoyed. And I feel like the game's great. Like, I love the Pokemon. I love the catching them. I love, I mean, the towns, like, I think I remember counting how many, like, spaces it is from one town to the next, like how many steps it would be. It's literally like, 50 yards, and you're into the next town. Which I get that that's how it was in the original games too, that the world wasn't really that big. But this world, because of the amounts of detail that are put into it, just make it seem like it's much, much smaller. And I don't know if I like that. But regardless, I mean, the game's fun to play, and, I love all of the graphical enhancements. Such a great visual, to the visual style of the game. I love the visual style. Super fun. And I just really want, I don't know. And I thought there were supposed to be talismans that you get to hang on your backpack. I don't remember seeing any of those. Maybe I'm just not looking. But I've done 2 trials already. I don't think I've seen any. Maybe I missed something, but I don't know. Anyway, let's see what's in this pack. So, Doug Trio has 90 HP. Its Slash does 40 damage, and Earthquake is 130. It also does 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. I like this attack, and for 3 energy is not bad. And if you have Diglett, it actually prevents all damage done to Diglett while it's on your bench. So this Pokemon could be useful later on. Maintenance is shuffle 2 cards from your hand into your deck and then draw a card. Of course, you can't play this if you don't have 2 cards to shuffle. And we got another one of these. Last one was a shiny. Misty's Determination is discard a card from your hand. If you do, look at the top 8 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. I'm not a big fan of cards that make you look at the top 8 cards or top X number of cards. This one's not bad because you can shuffle the others back into your deck and you look at 8 cards. But it's kind of like a Master Ball, or a Great Ball, except you can get any card that you want. So I don't know. I don't think this is a terrible card, but it's probably not. There's probably better options. Porygon has 60 HP. Conversion 3, you can choose any type, and the defending Pokemon's weakness is now that type until the end of your next turn. Voltorb has 60 HP. Continuous Tumble is 10 damage times the number of heads, and you flip until you get tails. Machop, 70 HP. Dual Chop does 20 damage times the number of heads. You flip 2 coins. Also got, there's Diglett. So ability is Submerge. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. And Dig Through, the attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, which is kind of neat. I think that's it's a interesting card to partner with Dugtrio. Of course, you'd have this card if you had Dugtrio in your deck. The 130 damage is a decent attack. There's really no way to increase that HP though on Dugtrio. But you could throw on that tool card that lets weakness and resistance be applied to benched Pokemon. So that would be good. I think it applies weakness, but it may not apply resistance. But that'd be a good tool card to add to this one. Let's see here. Poliwag, 60 HP. Water Gun does 30 damage, and Caterpie, String Shot does 10 damage and paralyzes on a head flip with 40 HP. So that's the first pack there. We'll open up the second pack and get into one more match because it's a pretty short video if we don't, and I don't want to make it too short. So if you're new to my channel, definitely make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I would love to see you there. And boom, Nidoking. I like Nidoking a lot, but it's not as useful as I thought it would be. It's not terribly unuseful, but for 3 energy and 100 damage, it just seems like it could be a lot more damage. So Rumble is 40 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. 150 HP on Nidoking. It also has Tail Swing for 100 damage, and the attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's benched basic Pokemon. I like this card, and I might try to build a deck around it, but I don't think it's going to do very well. But anyway, Switch is a great card, very useful. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Devolution Spray, devolve one of your evolved Pokemon and put the highest stage evolution card on it into your hand, and you can't evolve that turn. Metapod has 70 HP. Stiffen, during your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 40. And Sunspore does 20 damage and paralyzes on a heads flip. Of course, we've got Professor Oak's Hint. Draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand and your turn ends. I don't like this card because it ends your turn after you draw those 7 cards. It's good for like the first turn or in a turn where you can't really attack anyway. If you have something up there as bait and you're trying to get something else powered up, it's not a bad card in that situation. But if anytime you end your turn, it's just not good. Vulpix has 60 HP and Confuse Ray does 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active is now confused. Electabuzz has 70 HP. Thundershock does 10 damage. Paralyzes on a heads flip. And Thunder Punch does 30 damage. But we'll also do 10 more on a heads flip. However, on a tails flip, it does 10 to itself. Rattata has Bite for 10 damage. And Mischievous Fang. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And of course, 40 HP on that one. This card will probably see a bunch of play because Raticate is actually a very good card if you haven't seen it yet. Raticate from the Evolution set. Shadowy Bite does 60 damage times the number of special energy cards in your opponent's discard pile. It would not be difficult to get those energy cards in your opponent's discard pile. It does, however, rely very heavily on your opponent using special energy cards. So it may end up being, it's hit or miss, it seems like. But then there's also Eradicate Break that will allow you to do damage equal to minus 10 of your opponent's active Pokemon's maximum HP. So if it was, for instance, it would do 50 damage to this Raticate it would also do 140 damage to this Nidoking. And if you partner that with a Pokemon that can paralyze from the or poison from the bench, it will knock it out instantly. Poliwag has 60 HP, Water Gun does 30, and of course we have a Grass Energy card. So those are the packs for today. I'll do one last match in Versus, and hopefully it'll be a victory. Of course, we never like to lose, and of course I actually do get about a 2/3 percentage win-loss ratio, so I usually get about 2 wins for every loss with this deck. So hopefully that math will work out in this match as well. And of course, I'm not going to have any basics, which is not the best way to start, but he didn't have any either, so I can't really not much I can do in terms of what was I going to say? Not much I can do in terms of giving him an advantage. In fact, he's going to give me an advantage right now because he's going to make me draw a card. Another card. I'll take 2 cards. I will take 2 cards. One of those could be a Wally, and that would be wonderful. I could just go ahead and evolve right into Mega Houndoom EX and start doing 160 damage every single turn, which would be wonderful. Yes. Yes. I'm not going to put anything out there. I kind of wish they didn't ask me that question, but it is what it is. Bridget. So he's got an Evolutions Mewtwo out here, which is not my favorite Mewtwo. I don't like this Mewtwo all that much. It has 130 HP. Psychic is 20 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. 20 more damage. Plus 20 for the attack itself. And then Barrier during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage under this Pokemon. If one of your Pokemon used Barrier during your last turn, it can't be used. So, I don't know. I mean, this could take out my Delphox if I get it powered up, so I got to be really careful about that. I'm not using very many EX Pokemon, so Carbink won't have really much play, much of an effect here. Go ahead and stall just a little bit there. Make him discard the top 2 cards of his deck. One was a Water Energy, which might have come in handy for him. However, he does have a lot of Electric and Psychic and Fighting. So this one's the only one that has like colorless energy that requirements. I don't know what he was planning exactly. That was kind of a weird match. But I'll take a victory. And 25 more coins, that's what's up. I think I get this card now, which I've said it before, I'm not a fan of this card. You may like it, and that's great, but I mean, I'm not going to use Plasma Energy, so that card's not very useful to me. We'll get to the next tier here, and I'll show off the card that I'm talking about. So this is the card. It's when you attach the red signals. When you attach a Plasma Energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. Megalocannon does 100 damage and does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So I guess the ability is not very useful, and the attack only does 100 damage, so I don't know. Maybe, is there a Mega for this? I don't think there is. No. I don't know. It looks cool, but it's not something that I'm going to go out of my way to get 2 of. I'll probably get this, Ivysaur and Venusaur. Is there a Bulbasaur there too? Yeah. So I'll probably end up getting this card. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Not bad. Poison Powder for 70 damage. The defending Pokemon is now poisoned. That attack's very, very underpowered. Poison, great, but 70 damage is nothing. Like this is really meant to sit on your bench, and if it's meant to sit on your bench, what's the point? Like, it's a stage 2. It's just weird. Sleep Powder and Poison Powder, 20 damage and 50 damage. It'll either poison or put him to sleep. I mean, I guess depending on what you need for that situation. Tackle and Razor Leaf. It's very underpowered Venusaur. I gotta say, I'm not too impressed with this skill tree, and I can't even see the third tier right now. But it's whatever. So that's gonna end it for me today, guys. I really do appreciate you watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Again, I do videos every Monday through Friday. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode, and I hope to see you there. So if I do, I'll catch you guys on the flippity flop, and you guys be good to each other.